Scott Bauer standing by to trade it, CEO of Prosper Trading Academy. What do you think about a firm, Scott? Deserve a second chance?
I think it does, but I think you also have to be very cautionary because just up above about 12 bucks or so around that 90, 91 level, there's some major resistance. That's both the 50 and the 200-day moving averages, which have been trending lower because, as Ken and you were talking about, the stock got hammered. So I do think there's some positive upside here, but I'd be very cautious for a blowout move to the upside. So for me, looking at the charts and kind of taking that into consideration, this sets up perfectly for a call calendar spread. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sell this week's 90 call, which is, the volatility, the implied volatility obviously is very expensive due to earnings. And I'm going to buy next week 90 call. So it's selling the February 18th, buying the February 25th 90 call. I can pay about $1 for that. I am looking for an upside move here, but kind of tempered. If this thing does blast through, that's okay. That'll be okay for this call spread. But I really think there's some very stiff resistance up there. But again, I am positive here, but I love this kind of trade, Oliver, because like everything else I do, we know our max risk. The max I can lose on this if the trade goes south is $1.
Okay. So while you're cautionary, but willing to kind of give it some room here to drift in this slight uptrend. I mean, it's been a couple weeks. I guess the question right now in this market is, how do you know when reversals are real and when they're just dead cat bounces?
You don't. You absolutely don't. This is a market where technicals are not playing as important a part as they have historically, because the sentiment of the market over the last few weeks, probably the last month, has really overtaken technicals. Now, I'm bringing in the technicals at the $90, $91 level because that is the 5,200-day moving averages. But you look at some of these massive blowout numbers that we've seen on moves on earnings, both to the upside and the downside. They really have not taken these technicals into consideration. As you're saying here, it's a bit of a coin flip as to what that expected move is going to be, and these stocks that are blowing past that.
Okay, buying the call calendar and letting it maybe drift a little bit here after earnings. We'll see if it's enough to keep the reversal going, or if this thing eventually finds that resistance ahead. To your point. Thanks, Scott. Quick trade today. Appreciate it. Mr. Bauer, CEO of Prosper Trading Academy, with a call calendar on a firm. We'll hit the earnings this afternoon.